I have a beautiful grilled steak here for grilled steak and Gruyere Quesadillas. Now I'm going to do some Gruyere cheese here. I'm going to insert my shredding disc, pop the top on my processor. I'm going to put my cheese in. Gruyere cheese is so yummy. And I'm going to pulse. Now when you're shredding cheese, you want to make sure it's really, really cold. And you don't want to press too hard either. You want to just let it kind of go on its own. Our cheese is finished. I'm going to remove the medium work bowl. I'm going to set myself up for a lot of onions. I'm going to insert my slicing disc, and it's on 2 millimeters. Pop the top back on. I'm in my large work bowl. This is 3 pounds of onions. I'm going to start slicing them. This is a lot of onions. I'm going to put those in there. I've cut these in half, and we're going to just kind of wedge those in. You want to make them all kind of stand up straight, and I'm going to pulse. If they're too big, then just do one at a time. I got some biggies here. All done. Just think, if you had to do these by hand, it would take a long time, and you'd probably be crying. Okay, 3 pounds of onions, a stick of butter, and if you want to use a little bit less, you can. We're going to saute those for about an hour with a little salt and pepper till they're really, really caramelized. Okay, now you're going to not believe how little they cook down to, but it's going to be big and rich in flavor. I have some here that I've done earlier. Isn't that amazing? All these down to this in about an hour. Now it's time to assemble a quesadilla. I'm going to grab my cutting board. And my grilled steak. I'm going to cut the steak up into thin slices. You can cook it rare, medium rare, a little more well done, however you like it. That's fine. Nice and thin. And our steak was really well seasoned too. Okay, that's enough of our steak for right now, because I'm going to assemble one now. I have a tortilla here. I'm going to add some of our gorgeous onions. Whoop, got a little spill there. Don't let them get away. We're going to just smooth that out. Now you don't want to have your filling go too far out, because when you grill it, it's going to get a little oozy. So about a ½ inch from the edge. Now I'm going to put down some slices of our steak. I'm going to cover it, not too covered, just you want a little space in there. That looks great. Now we're going to add a big pinch of our Gruyere cheese. Maybe a little more. And then we're going to top it with another tortilla. Then we're going to brush it really lightly with a little bit of oil. Now, if you're watching things, you can always forget the oil. You can still grill it without. This will make it kind of toasty brown on the outside. I'm going to flip. Just a smidgy more. I'm ready to grill this now. I'm going to take it over to my griddler. Use a spatula or a plate to move it. Set it right on there. Give it a little squeeze. Can you hear the sizzle? That's going to be delicious. So we want to griddle it until it's just kind of toasty, golden, and the cheese has just started to melt. Our quesadilla is toasty golden now. Put it on a plate. I'm going to bring it over to my cutting board. You can cut it into 4 pieces or 6 pieces. I'm going to do a real quick don't hesitate. A quick chop. I'm gonna do 6 for this one. There we go. Can you hear the crunch? Boy, that looks good. All that steak, caramelized onions, and Gruyere cheese. Delicious. Now we're gonna plate it. Just lay this out. Now we can top it with guacamole, which is in your DVD and recipe book. I have a little bit of the guacamole. Just a little poof on each one. Just a little dollop. This guacamole is nice and chunky. It's got some big pieces of avocado in there. And then a little poof of sour cream. Just a little dollop. You could put salsa on this too if you like. Pico de gallo. And then I'm gonna garnish with a little cilantro. Just a little bit for garnish. And if you're like me, you like a little extra guacamole. It looks good enough to eat.